And as Iran seeks to reclaim its place in international trade, oil, of course, is getting most of the attention, but there's potential in another major industry, nuts, pistachios. And CTV's Elmira Jafari reports on how these nuts could crack open some big profits for Iranian exporters.
It takes plenty of fresh dough, rose water, honey, and patience to make a fine piece of Persian pastry. And this Iranian market outside of Washington appears to have mastered that recipe. Baking for more than 100 customers per day, the owner says business is brisk.
We can't put it here, don't worry. It's okay. Yes.
But over the past decade, her business was not immune from the crippling economic sanctions imposed on Iran. Banned imports included a bestseller, the Persian pistachio, Iran's second largest export after crude oil.
It had a terrible impact. We couldn't buy most Iranian goods anymore. With sanctions lifted, I'm hoping to get them back in the store, and they will be cheaper overall.
One customer here says there's no contest between Iran's pistachios and those that come from California.
It's in the taste. Iranian pistachios are more superior in quality. It's something you can't find in the U.S., so I'm so happy they will be available.
So if you are a fan of Persian pistachios, you're in luck because these salty snacks are finding their way back into the U.S. But that might take a real bite out of the domestic growers in California. American pistachio growers say they don't fear the new competition and predict personal preference will create an appetite for all varieties.
There would be opportunities for Iranian product to be sold in ethnic marketplaces where consumers have been used to the flavor, taste profile of Iranian product, just as we have consumers that prefer the Turkish product. I always try to liken it to someone liking red wine or someone liking white wine.
Iranian pistachios dominated the U.S. market back in the 1960s and 70s, but American growers saw rapid success in the 80s after the U.S. imposed a trade embargo on Iran. And that growth has continued ever since, helped along by the nuclear sanctions. In 2014, U.S. growers produced around 500 million pounds of pistachios, more than doubling their crops over 15 years. Both countries' pistachio markets are worth around $1.3 billion, and Iran is enthusiastic about reintroducing what it calls its king of nuts to the U.S., confident it will appeal to Americans. That remains to be seen, but it's clear there will be more options for American pistachio lovers to go nuts over and compare quality and taste for themselves. Elmira Jafari, CCTV, Washington.